Hey, so this is the second story I'm going to be telling from my series of short stories, the Light series. Check out my first story, which was on inviting the light. This second story is about, it's called The Burning Bush. And this story is it's about a group of men who are walking in the forest at night, and they see this tree that is so lit, and it's a fire reaching up to the sky, and and someone quickly remarks and says, "Oh, fire, wildfire, wildfire! Run, let's run, lest this fire engulfs around us and we burn by it, and we die." And he starts to run, and many others follow behind him. But there's something about this fire that was just different. It didn't burn the way that fire, fire to burn. So some stayed, and but another person remarked and said, "This is too strange. It's a ghost or a spirit. Let's run. This is some devil thing. Let's run. Lest we die here today." And he starts to run, and so many others follow behind him, because they're filled with terror and dread. And but some still stay behind, because there's something about this fire. It burned calmly. There was no smoke or the tree itself didn't seem to be consumed. There were no ashes. In fact, the tree looked more alive than ever. But it was something supernatural. So another man remarked, and he said, "Oh my, surely this is God, the Almighty. Let us run, lest God looks upon our sin and we die, because he cannot behold sin. Run for your lives. Run from the light." And he took off running, and so did the rest of the people, save one person. One person stayed behind. Everyone else ran, because they didn't want to know. They didn't even stay to take a second glance. Afraid. It is the presence of God. And this last person who remained, and the reason he remained really was he had nothing left in this world. He considered himself already a dead man. He had nothing else to lose in this life. So, considering it all, he thought, if there's a day I'm gonna die, I want to meet my maker. And he stayed. That perhaps from all the sorrow and pain is known in his life, that perhaps God can be merciful and compassionate on him, even a sinner. But and something wonderful in that moment, when God saw that he didn't run, God spoke out of the fire. God spoke out of the fire. kindest voice he had ever heard. And he encountered God, and it changed his life for good, forever. And he knew that he could always approach God, that God wasn't afraid of his sins, but God was extending to them to help man, to help him in his struggle, to heal him of his sorrow, in his pain, and to give him life, like this fire that made this tree more alive, this fire that burned and didn't consume the tree. He doesn't put out a smoldering wick, and he doesn't break a bruised reed, and that's his nature, this kind fire. And that's the second story.